Welcome back to the Racing Dudes YouTube channel. Let's talk some Kentucky Derby contenders. I'm here today to talk about Track Phantom. He has 70 points on the Kentucky Derby Trail leaderboard and is in 10th place. Track Phantom is trained by Steve Asmussen and is owned by L&N Racing. He was purchased for $500,000 at the 2022 September yearling sale. L&N Racing had a second place finish with Looking at Lee in the 2017 Kentucky Derby. His breeder, Mike Hall, retains a share of Track Phantom, as well as Clark, Brewster, and Jerry Caroom. This will be Steve Asmussen's 26th attempt at a Kentucky Derby win because he is currently 0 for 25. He does have some second place finishes, though, with Nero, Looking at Lee, and Epicenter. This is the owner's second Derby. The jockey, Joel Rosario, he is currently 1 for 12 in the Kentucky Derby. His sole win was in 2013 with Orb. Now, let's talk a little bit about his pedigree. We'll talk about his sire, Quality Road. He was a 4-time winner at distances that ranged between 1 mile to 1 1/8 miles. He had a lot of speed, but he was never able to get 1 1/4 miles. Most of his babies did the same with their best work at 1 1/8 miles or less. That includes City of Light, Corniche, and Emblem Road. However, there's always exceptions to the rule, with Bleecker Street winning at 1 1/4 miles on the turf. Dunbar Road and National Treasure both won on the dirt as well at longer distances. Now, the dam of Track Phantom, Miss Sunset, was a sprinter who won 10 out of her 20 starts, and her best win was a G2. Miss Sunset was also very fast, which comes from her sire, Into Mischief, who has sired 2 Kentucky Derby winners himself. So Track Phantom has the speed. So it's not impossible for him to get the 1 1/4 miles, but the Quality Road babies have yet to win a Kentucky Derby. Now, Track Phantom has raced 7 times. He's won 3 of those. He didn't break his maiden until his 3rd try, and that was on the final day of the meet at the Churchill Downs. Out of the 4 Derby preps, he has 2 wins, 1 second and 1 fourth. After breaking his maiden, he went to the fairgrounds where he ran in the Gunrunner Stakes, won, got his first 10 qualifying points towards the Derby. He then went on to the Lecomte Stakes and earned 20 points for that win. He then faced Sierra Leone in the Risen Star on the slop. He finished getting 2nd place and received 25 points. And his last attempt, the last time we saw him race, was the Louisiana Derby, where he finished 4th and got 15 points. So that's where he got his 70 points out of the 4 Kentucky Derby preps that he has run. Track Phantom has a lot of early speed. He's going to want to be forwardly placed. He's going to want to wire the field. Now, the things that I do like about Track Phantom is that he's going to have no issue getting out of the gate. I do believe that he is going to be leading during the first turn, so he will get the pace that he wants. He has had plenty of races leading up to the Derby, so he should be in his prime. Some of these horses have only raced once or twice since the beginning of the year, so I do like that he is going to be ready for this race. Now, a couple concerns that I do have with this colt. Number one, this is distance. I am unsure if he's going to be able to keep up his stamina 1 1/4 miles around the track. If you look at his resume, his best races and best speed figures come from shorter distances, and the longer the distances got, the worse that he performed. He faded in his last 2 races. His numbers went down. So adding even more distance, I think, is not going to do him any kind of favors. I also think that his pedigree is working against him a little bit here. I think that he would be amazing at running a mile. I think he should be in the Pat Day Mile, but I understand everybody loves the Kentucky Derby and the hype. And you also can't look past his resume and the record of Steve Asmussen being 0 for 25 and Joel Rosario 1 for 12. I honestly think that Asmussen should have kept Torres on Track Phantom, but that's just me. But when it all comes down to it, do I think that Track Phantom is going to win the 2024 Kentucky Derby? No. I do not think that he wants any part of this distance. I think that he's going to get worn down in the beginning by Dornoch because, let's face it, with 20 horses, it's always a fast pace into the first half mile. And if he's wearing down at 1 1/8 miles, he's not going to want another 1/8 of a mile. Hot take, I don't think Track Phantom's going to finish in the top 10. But thanks for tuning into the Racing Dudes YouTube channel. Make sure you like this video and you are subscribed so you don't miss any of these Kentucky Derby profiles. Let me know in the comments below who you think is going to win the Kentucky Derby and what you think of Track Phantom. Until next time, good luck.